Well, as we count down the days to NBL 26, we're going to meet some new faces and some exciting talent set to hit the floor. And new signing for the Tasmania JackJumpers, Bryce Hamilton, joining me from right now, sunny California, which is going to be very different to when you get to Tasmania. But Bryce, thanks for jumping on. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Head out to Tasmania tomorrow. Just can't wait to get out there, meet the guys, and get to work. Have a good season.
I had to bring that up because for those who are listening to the podcast, not watching, you've got the sun on your face. You're wearing a tank top. You're about to head down to Tasmania. Have they warned you of the weather currently that what you're entering?
Nah, yeah, they have for sure. They said, throw all the tank tops away, and it's very cold out there, and get ready to have some jackets and everything. So it's gonna be a hard transition from coming from a good weather out here, but I'll be fine.
Well, I just came from California as well in LA, and you're right, it is very different. But you only have a couple of months, and then it'll be summer here. When you think of coming to Australia, we'll talk about the hoops as one side of it, but this is a whole different part of the world for you to go to play professional basketball. What are you excited about as Australia as a whole and seeing some new places?
I heard a lot about Australia. One of the main things for sure was just like the spiders and animals and stuff like that, the bugs. I'm not really looking forward for that, but I know that's something I had to get used to. But other than that, I know the basketball culture is really big out there. It's a lot of talent that has came out of Australia. So, and the NBL is a very respected league. So I just can't wait to go out there and just prove myself.
You played in Germany recently, but you're only 24, very young in your professional career. So, talk to us a bit about when your agent or whenever the NBL in Australia pops up as a potential next stop in your career. What's going through your mind originally? You talk about it being a very well respected league. Everybody knows about it now. Was it actually on your radar a couple of years ago at all, or is this something that's shocked you and you said, you know what, I'm excited for this?
Nah, yeah, that's the crazy thing, just about being a pro. You just never really know where you're gonna go and what's next. So, yeah. So after this season in Germany, a couple NBL teams reached out, and Tasmania was one of them. And everything sounded good. So I thought that would be the best fit. And just already knowing from the league and guys that have played in the league, like this would be a good exposure and a great opportunity for me for sure.
What did you learn out of your year in Germany? Because you did go to college in UNLV, which we'll talk about, but getting over to some professional leagues that aren't in America, I'm sure there was a lot of adjustment periods. Was there that first moment, maybe first week, where you realized, I'm not at home anymore? This is different.
Nah, yeah, the European game is very different. It's very physical, slow paced. It's kind of like college to me. Really, that's how it kind of reminded me of. So it was very different just from being in the G League, just playing very fast and a lot of spacing, no defense or 3 seconds. So just being able to go to Germany and be able to learn the game more. I felt like I got better out there for sure, and just be able to learn. So it was a good opportunity for sure.
And you come to a Tasmania team that 2 seasons ago won a championship. They've only been around for 4 years. They've had a lot of success. They miss out on the finals last year. How excited are you to get back to this team in the winning ways and hopefully win another championship?
I'm really excited. Just talking to Coach Scott Roth and everything. Just what we have planned for this year. I'm just really excited. We got a great group of guys, and I know that we're gonna compete and play hard every single night.
You're going to find a unique atmosphere, a lot of different venues around the NBL, but everybody will say the one thing that when you go down to the Nest, to my State Bank Arena in Tasmania, it's been sold out every single game since they've started. It might be a little small than some of the other venues, but it is a crazy atmosphere. Has anybody warned you or tried to set you up for what it's going to be like? Because it's a different thing to play for. Also, opposition teams having to play against.
I actually haven't. I heard that it is always sold out and a good crowd and everything, but I just can't wait to get out there. I love to play against with a lot of fans and everything, so it should be fun. And I always like to put on a good show, and we're going. I know the team is going to do well. We're all gonna make the fans happy and defend the island.
Oh, yeah, you go. You've already got the tagline ready to roll. Scott Ross doing his thing. You talk about what type of player you are, an exciting player, and for good reason. I was just in summer league for 2 weeks, and a lot of people from around world basketball talking about what you can bring and how exciting you're going to be on the floor. What can Tassie fans in particular get to see from you? What kind of player are you going to be in a Jack Jump uniform?
Just a player that want just always competes. Just always compete every single possession, and just also somebody that just able to play make for myself and play make for my teammates to score at all three levels and just also defend at a high level as well.
I mentioned as well that you'd been to UNLV for a few years, so it's something I want to talk about. I got to play against UNLV when I went to college way back in the day, and then I was just there for summer league. UNLV, for those that don't know, is literally smack bang in the middle of Las Vegas, just off the
Yeah.
strip. That alone provides its own little challenges, I guess, getting through school, understanding and playing basketball. How did UNLV come about, and what's going on in your mind when you're deciding to commit to a school that is in the middle of Las Vegas?
And they was recruiting me for a very long time, just in high school since like I was about a sophomore. So, and I've been to Vegas a lot of times just for AAU tournaments, just because it's not so far from LA. So I was already kind of used to Vegas and just being around there and everything. So once I like took my visit and everything, it just kind of felt like the right decision for me just to be close to home and have the right opportunity to showcase my basketball skills. But being in Vegas, I love Vegas. That's my second home, really. So it's always a good time there.
Tell us a little bit about, I guess, then when you get there as a freshman, as one of the younger guys, and obviously when you're a senior, it's a lot different. You learn a whole lot. There are a lot of distractions around in Las Vegas.
Mhm.
What's it like when you're trying to juggle it all? Is there a part of it where you can't just shut it all out completely because you get a little mad, or do you just find the perfect balance? Or is it something that really, if you're there long enough, you just have to figure out with time by the time you get to like junior, senior?
Nah, yeah, for sure. Just just kind of having a good balance with it. I felt like all my coaching staffs did a very good job of just making sure we were always busy. So when we're done with everything, we're tired, and so they did a good job with that. So you know, just being in Vegas, like really when you live there, you're not really on the strip and stuff like that much. So you just kind of in your own bubble and everything. So for me, I felt like it wasn't that hard to kind of just adjust and leave out the distractions. So it was very good for me.
From a basketball standpoint, from when you first entered UNLV to when you finished, what's something you look back on now that you realize, you know what, that's one area I completely improved on, whether it's basketball related, maybe it's off the court as well from your time at school?
Um, I would say just reading the game more, just as you get more reps of playing at a high level, you just understand what the defense is going to do, and you just understand defensive schemes, offensive schemes. So I just feel like reading the game more, kind of knowing what you do best and knowing your strong points. And I feel like that's just something that I have got better at just throughout my career, and just knowing what I do best and just going to that.
We mentioned as well just trying to find the balance as being a professional athlete, but also now coming across another side of the world, a different country, a different home. What are you looking to do away from the basketball court in Tasmania? And I guess if you get time to go around the rest of the country as well.
Yeah, I heard Tasmania is really nice, just, especially in the spring and summertime, just, nice beaches and everything, hiking and everything. So I'm really open to explore everything, really, just, experience a whole new different culture, just coming from the US, Australia is obviously different. So I'm just excited to, try different foods and explore everything.
I think that's what fans want to hear, especially Tassie fans, because when a lot of people come here and they mention the snakes, they mention the spiders, and they say, you know what, I'm going home, I'm going to stay in
Mhm.
my room. But it sounds like you're just going to take it all in a stride. If you encounter all of that, you deal with it as it comes.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
When you've got a different part of the world that you have to go to visit, are you going to have anybody come out here to spend some time to see you in the other side of the world?
Oh, most definitely. Definitely a lot of family and friends will definitely be by while as the season goes on. I will have my mom come by and everything. So it should be fun, just be able to show them what my life is like over there and, have them explore with me as well.
Is there anyone in particular when Tasmania reached out? You mentioned a couple of NBL clubs and you're finishing up in Germany that maybe it's a past player or a past coach that you reach out to yourself to say, you know what, I want to learn a little bit more about this club or this league before I make the commitment?
Yeah, the first person that kind of reached out to me was my teammate in Germany. He played with I forgot their name, Pedro Bashaw.
Oh,
We played
and
together, so he told me that, Tasmania was interested, and so we just kinda chopped it up, and he was just telling me their playing style and everything and how he felt like it would fit perfectly for me, so, that right there was just kinda, something that, kind of definitely intrigued me and thought that it would be a good fit. And then just also talking to one of my other former teammates, Jack White. I played with him in the South Bay Lakers, and he just also told me a lot of good things about Tasmania and how it's just a very good club and how they handle things, and also just the NBL in general is just a very good league and well respected. So, that right there was just kind of like the icing on the cake, and just felt like, that was just the best opportunity for me to do.
Well, you talk about being a well-respected league and everybody around, past players, current players. You're only 24 years old. Obviously, we talk about winning a championship this year, but what are your, I guess, shorter-term aspirations as a basketball player? Is it to make that jump to the NBA? Is that why you're choosing the NBL right now?
Yeah, for sure. I know everybody's goal is always to reach the NBA, and I'm just kind of taking it one step at a time and just kind of do my part and be professional and play my game, and then just see where this basketball life takes me.
You mentioned that you're flying out to Tasmania tomorrow. So by the time we drop this, I might have to do a bit of a before and after.
Uh-huh.
To Germany from California, to be fair, is a decent trek, but coming to
Yeah.
Australia down to Tassie is a whole different thing. Have you prepared mentally for it? What are you going to do? Are you a good sleeper on the plane?
No, yeah, I am. I'm the type of guy that I'll go to sleep before the plane takes off. So the sleep definitely wouldn't be an issue. I just know, yeah, I'm gonna have to have some warm clothes on, no more t-shirts and everything. So I'll have to be ready for that for sure.
They'll look after you. They always do down there in Tasmania. Bryce, we can't wait to see you hit the floor. Good luck with everything. We might need a camera crew as well when you have there's fever breaks, little times when you're going hiking. You seem like you're all into it, so we might have to get somebody to follow you around because we need this documented as well.
No, for sure. Let's do it.
Safe travels, good luck, and we'll see you here in a couple of weeks.
All right, thank you.